Hello. You have arrived at the end of Chapter 2. Let's summarize some of the key points from this chapter for you. Anti-oppressive practice, also known as AOP, is a conceptual model used as an umbrella term for social justice-oriented approaches that acknowledges oppression is complex, always changing, and has many layers.
Oppression can occur at a personal, interpersonal, cultural, and institutional level, and in any combination.
We know that people experience different forms of oppression such as racism, classism, genderism, sexism, heterosexism, ableism, ethnocentrism, or ageism, to name just a few that you have read about in this chapter. Using an intersectional lens, we understand that these forms of oppression are often interconnected and therefore cannot be viewed separately from one another. For example, I have experienced different interlocking forms of oppression in my life as a woman, and because of my racialized identity and because of my age.
Based on our position in society and our privilege, we can have experiences being oppressed, but can also be the oppressor.
Stereotypes, prejudice, and discrimination are distinct but interrelated concepts. Stereotypes are based on cognition. Think about how you form generalizations or labels about people. What do you think when you look at me? Are there any labels you might attach to me? Prejudice is based on feelings or what we call affect. What do you feel when you look at me? Discrimination is based on action. How do you think you will act towards me based on what you think and feel? Best way to remember what these concepts mean is to remember 3 key words: think, feel, and act.
Finally, in this chapter, you read about the 5 key principles of anti-oppressive practice. First, it is important to understand the complex and changing nature of oppression. Second, to engage in anti-oppressive practice, we must confront oppression when we see it happening at individual levels, but also when we encounter historic and structural experiences of it as well. Third, we have to be willing to have open and honest conversations about oppression, even when these are uncomfortable. Fourth, we must work to cultivate a critical consciousness. Finally, to engage in anti-oppressive practice, we must be willing to act and to create social change.
Thank you for reading, watching, listening, and learning about anti-oppressive practice.